Welcome everybody to Boomzies.
What's going on?
We were not casting before, testing things out. This is our first casting of the night because we have everything perfect here in Boomzies land.
This is super professional.
Yes.
Not to kid.
We would not use you, the viewers, as guinea pigs. We're not those kind of people. I'm Brian.
I'm Landon.
And this is Boomzies. Landon, would you like to describe to the fine folks what Boomzies is?
Sure. If this is your first time viewing us, we just try and have a lot of fun here. It's about an hour-long cast where we just talk about anything that's nerd culture, video games, comic books, entertainment, really anything that's kind of either popular going on in the week or just really anything.
Yeah, and we chat about it, debate it. You guys get to talk to us live in the chat over here via phone and via Skype.
Yeah, it's the new edition.
We are updating ourselves here. We are awesome in every way now because we officially can do Skype. So, man, Axley for the win. That's right, bitches. Axley up in your face.
That's the way to get them on your side.
That's the way to get them. No, that's the way you get them pumped up.
Yeah.
You get the club going. Don't get me none of that Britney Spears. Give me some Axley. Or some Streets of Rage 2. Down, 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 do, 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 do. Thank you, man. All the cool people watch Boomzies. That's right. So, let's talk about our weeks.
Yeah,
what we've been up to. Well, me, I've been up to a little bit of something. First of all, I've been watching Cowboy Bebop Remix Anime Legends, which I've watched a billion times over, but I just had to watch it again.
Yeah.
I got some Cowboy Bebop soundtracks.
Which is amazing. Oh,
the seatbelts. We bow to their collective geniuses of making one of the best anime soundtracks. That doesn't sound like an anime soundtrack.
It's funny enough, like me and my girlfriend have the soundtrack to that, and I was in Missouri visiting my dad, and I would have never guessed that this would have been something he was into, but he loved the soundtrack, just listened to it. Didn't realize it was from an anime.
Yeah.
And the next week, he went out and bought it, and I'm pretty sure he still listens to it to this day.
My father-in-law, when he was still alive, he absolutely loved this series. And he was one of these people, he would get into anything you told him, but he loved westerns and stuff, so this was like a kind of a cowboy western, but in space, you know. The whole bounty hunter and the whole jive, so... Missouri! I live in Missouri! John the Dominator. Hey, we're just Kansas. We're just right next to you. We're rubbing up to you. We're spooning your state.
I like Missouri much more, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Wichita, Kansas.
That's where I was born, though. Just flip that over.
No, W to the M. So, Cowboy Bebop rocks. Can't get enough of it. Infinitely watchable. And I like how each episode is a contained plot, but it all goes along with a bigger plot. Love me some Cowboy Bebop.
Which is the movie, too.
I like the movie.
Yeah.
I know people complain and said, well, it's like a long episode. Well, because the episodes are so flippin' awesome.
Right.
I mean, how do you beat that?
Yeah.
So, I really don't have a problem with that. And then the second thing I've been playing this week has been Deus Ex Human Revolution, which you and I have had a little... this game was not on my list, to be honest with you. I was not interested. I've never played any of the Deus Ex games. And then I saw this used at GameStop, the Augmented Edition, for $40. Because GameStop takes it in. It just sees it as Deus Ex and takes it in used.
Right. I'm surprised that employee didn't just hang on to the collector's edition version.
When I picked it up, there was two employees who were like, oh, I really wanted this. But they didn't hold on to it. Now, can you hold on to it technically? Or do you have to let it sit there for like 7 days?
You can hold it. You can. I mean, as a GameStop employee, you gotta do whatever you want. But no, what I did a lot of times, like with Metal Gear Solid, when I just bought the standard version of Metal Gear Solid 4 when it came out, but you had the collector's edition, which came in that fancy box, and eventually somebody just traded in that, and we only take it in just as a standard SKU. So I just went and took home the special packaging and then put the disc out with a generic case.
Oh, jeez, look at you.
It's one of the perks. I mean, you might as well.
But this game, surprisingly good. It is like a first-person Metal Gear with Mass Effect branching conversations, but you can do so much more. Like, you can affect conversations. You can change the pheromone levels and tell whether people are alpha, beta, or omegas and have conversations. Just really deep game. Super fun gameplay. I just unlocked the Icarus, the it allows you to jump off of any height, and then when you jump off, you just go, and this huge like orange ball surrounds you. You just go, you just get up all Matrix.
Exactly like that. Okay,
Yeah, it's
cool.
badass. So yeah, the controls are weird, but I got used to them.
Oh, somebody else feels the
and I
same
don't get
way.
this. See, here
That's
I
the
don't
reason
get
I
this.
didn't care for this game. Like, the controls they didn't feel right to me whatsoever. I respect that the game is probably pretty damn good, but the controls just
How are the
kind of-
controls bad? You
They just
click
felt weird to
L,
me.
you click L, and you're on the wall.
Yeah, to me though, how I would expect it is to hold the button to lean against the wall so you can, continuously run around objects rather than have to be attached to it.
But
and then
see,
you
I
run into
like
a
that
object,
because
you
it's a
have to hit
stealth
X.
game. Because
Yeah.
it's a stealth game, you
No,
want to
that's
be on
fine.
that wall. You don't
That's
want to
fine.
accidentally
Look, that's
go
how
around.
you want to play a stealth game. That's not how I want to play a stealth game. I'm not arguing that.
I
just
think,
arguing.
I think it works really well.
For you, yeah, sure.
Because then I can hold on, and then all you gotta do is hold A.
I'm not serious.
Is that so taxing for you to hold A? Like,
Whatever.
I cannot hold A. This game's unplayable.
See, he's being a dick right now.
You're
about this.
missing out, though.
No.
You're missing out on a great experience.
I've never
because you
said
can't
I'm
hold
not
A
gonna
button.
buy the damn. I'm gonna wait till it's cheaper and then I'll pick it up when it's cheaper and then go through it again. To me, right now, I didn't like how it played, and at $60, I'm not gonna keep playing it. So,
Me playing stealth games
And I don't
involves
think-
me running up to everything and killing them.
and I don't think
Anything-
I'm the only person that feels that way though, because I see this used everywhere, and every single time, like I've been into GameStop 3 times in the past week, and every single time I walk in, somebody is in there returning or trading in Deus Ex. And I'm not saying that it's a bad game. I'm just saying the controls
think
aren't right for everybody.
I think the controls are perfect. And if you can't get used to them, suck it. I mean, not you suck it. I'm telling them suck it. I wouldn't tell you suck it.
No, you would.
No, I wouldn't tell you suck it. But see, and then you like Demon Souls, and it's arcade controls, but yet holding A is like, no, I can't hold A.
Look, we've proven time and time again that I like all the shit that nobody likes. So we'll just continue.
It's okay. We'll move on. What about you, sir? What have you been doing this week?
Let's see. This week I've been playing a little bit of SOCOM 4 with the sharpshooter,
Yeah?
and I'm not good at it at all. Last week, my buddy Dirk came over and he was playing it, and he was actually doing pretty damn good with it for just starting off. Like, only playing it for about 20 minutes, he was into it, man, doing good.
Really?
I, on the other hand, am terrible at it, and I don't know if I will ever get really good at it. I love SOCOM with the standard controller, with the sharpshooter. Like,
That's
it's
so
cool.
good.
Like, but at the same time, whenever you get those kills, like, it is very much satisfying. It's like, yeah, I did that.
I did that, man.
Yeah, it's pretty damn
It
cool.
doesn't control. I mean, for what it is, even though you're not used to it, doesn't control well.
Right, it's awkward, but
It's awkward.
I'm sure if I kept using it, I would get better at it, whatever. But see, that's the
The
situation.
pew pew shooter.
On the other end, like, I already own this, so I should get used to it. Deus Ex, I'll buy later, and I'll get used to the controls later.
Huh?
So,
There you go. Compromise. Look at that.
Yeah.
Compromise bump.
Unlike Congress.
Look at us. We get more done than Congress does.
Yeah.
Boomsy style. That's what we should do. We should get up in that mug and be like, Boomsies is taking over the session, Nancy Pelosi. Get your ugly, nasty face off the bench and let us get our stuff done. Looking like she's got her face stretched over some kind of weird horse bench. She looks nasty. She does.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just...
She looks like somebody took a mannequin and took a cow skin and went... And then God said, that's a woman. Hot.
Okay.
Moving on
Yeah, please.
from offending national public figures.
Yeah, I think so.
Because Nancy Pelosi loves Boomsy.
I think so.
Hi, Nancy.
She's in this chat.
Love you.
She's just being quiet. That's so creepy. I'll let you have your moment.
I'm done. I'm
Okay,
done.
are you sure? Don't. I
Okay.
knew you were gonna touch your nipples.
I had to.
God damn.
Whew. Had to get it out of me. Go Canada.
Okay. The other thing that I did this week, I guess, just to move on, so you quit doing that. I had an AIGA mixer event, which AIGA is.
I like your title, Beer.
Yeah. But
Your priorities.
It's just a big graphic design group of people, and so it's just a bunch of designers nerding out, talking about design, looking at a poster show, and yes, drinking a lot. It was at
Drinking a lot of
a
beer.
local bar, and it was just a ton of fun, and stayed super late, and that was just kind of what I did this week. Had fun, met a lot of designers that I'd never met. I'd seen their work before. Ran into a bunch of people that I don't see too often as well.
Did you run into anybody you hate? that you're going to profess your hate for here in the
No,
cast?
no, everybody was cool.
I hate these people.
No, it was cool. It was fun to see all the design too, because it was a design from design posters from all the local big heavy hitters, the legendary people. So
The
a lot
legends.
a lot of the work was a little dated. You could really tell that it was old, but it was still pretty cool for what it was. So I had a lot.
But
of
it's
fun.
cool. I mean, you met the people. That's nice.
Yeah.
That's always a good time. So, well, good. Well, and of course, as always, if you'd like to call us, you have any opinions, questions, thoughts, you'd like to yell, rant, scream, cry to us.
Don't cry, please. I don't want that.
Hey, you might not be Dr. Phil, but I'm here to support our peeps. If they got an issue, I'm here to give a big old virtual hug. And then a dry hump.
Yeah, I was going to say, and then probably something extra. Weird.
Oh, sorry about that.
All right.
Okay, so moving on to the Tokyo Game Show.
Yeah.
Ended.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on the Tokyo Game Show?
I'm okay. We've talked about the 3DS and my purchasing it early for a very long time, and up till this point, arguably everything has been defendable. You know,
Yeah.
Nintendo is kind of pissing me off at this point, and it's with this new 3DS slider, extra thumbstick off to the right, really ugly additional add-on, and just very disappointed.
Disappointed.
It's the Wii Motion Plus all over again. It's like
Yes.
It's like, okay, all these new games that they're coming out and they're showing, it's like, oh yeah, it'll work great with this new add-on. It's like,
That you have to buy.
Yeah, I don't want to fucking buy that at all. And on top of it, it's not just an add-on that you plug into it and it just looks disgusting on the side. Like, it has to use batteries.
It's not a
as well.
tuba.
Yeah.
It's not a tuba.
It's awful. So I'm very disappointed. Like previously, all the other issues, you know, the price drop and different things that have happened, they've been defendable, arguably. I know I've gotten a lot of flack over it, but it honestly has been defendable up till this point. At this point, I'm kind of drawing the line like, fuck. and
I like
it's
Samurai Sam. Brian, you have the "you got pwned" look. You're like, ha, 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 ha. I have that Saget look, like when he wins and he goes, ha, 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 ha,
Yeah. Well,
you lose.
Yeah, but I just, like I said, it's been defendable up to this point.
Right
now.
But then
I'm
it's the add-on mentality where it goes crosses the line. They're putting out this add-on, but now it's going to be required. And you know within a year they're going to put a 3DS that has that right analog integrated into it.
I'm literally beta testing this
You are a
system
guinea pig.
You
are the guinea pig.
So
please try out this system for us because we didn't care to. Thanks, Nintendo. And that's what really ticks me off about them. Just they rush these things out so fast, and the Wii U is looking like the same thing.
Yeah.
Everybody's saying, well, we are having all these issues with the hardware, and it's not even hooking up to the controllers properly.
And it's not just some random person making these statements. It's the freaking manufacturing company that is making the hardware for it, basically saying, you can't do that, Nintendo. It's not going to work. So I'm very disappointed in that, and to me, don't care about it. I'll wait. For
me, the one thing I was excited about was looking forward to the Metal Gear Solid and Zone of the Enders HD collection on the PS Vita.
Yeah.
And we were talking about Final Fantasy X. The Final Fantasy X.
Sorry.
X10.
It bothers me.
It's the same thing.
It's also
I'm reading in Roman,
like,
yo.
I don't know what the proper
old school Roman.
Like with Final Fantasy X, like I don't know what the proper name for Titus is. I hear a lot of people saying Titus. Whenever I hear Titus, like it bothers me.
It sounds like the lost brother of the Jackson 5.
Yeah.
Come on, Titus.
If that's right, I'm sorry. I'm not calling him that.
Thanks, Tito. You're the best, Titus. Yeah, I was really excited that, and that's where the Vita is winning me. The AR technology, the touch, all that stuff is great. But they're saying I can play an HD version of Metal Gear Solid 3 at 60 frames per second on a portable.
Well, what I'm excited about,
yay!
On top
that's what
of
I
that
want.
Is I hope that if it's HD, super cool bonus. But if we can get more just PS2 games on the PlayStation Vita in the way that we got a bunch of PS1 games,
sure, put out the PS2 games like crazy. If Sony can put out
the best system that they've had,
right? It is the best system. They'll play off the whole.
I really like the PS3. I'm not.
Well, I do, but what I'm saying is it's got a lot of fuzzy memories for gamers, and if they can capitalize on that, they're going to make buku bucks off of that thing.
Certainly.
Keep putting out those games, and I'm going to be happy. Other than that, you know, of course, I saw some of the stuff from Konami and the usual stuff, but I'm just excited about the stuff coming out for the Vita and portable.
Yeah. And if anybody has been following the Tokyo Game Show or any other information, you guys got something you want to share, you're super excited about, or on the opposite side, pissed off about, give us a call. Let us know what you think. Or
and I was hearing that, SPOC, PS Vita maybe $325. They're talking about a price upgrade, battery life issues, but they're saying it's got as much battery life as the 3DS, but it's doing a whole lot more.
Yeah.
High def screen, you got the Wi-Fi, you got the Bluetooth, you got all these other elements coming into it. So
and all that stuff, though, you could probably turn off a lot of that and save battery
probably turn
life
off a lot.
well.
And your normal phone battery, if you use it up a lot playing games.
Yeah, if I'm playing games on my iPhone.
If you're playing games on your iPhone, it goes down real quick.
Yeah, so you know, whatever. I'm more bummed that it's not going to hit the holiday deadline for us here. That really.
Yeah, I think that would have been a good time for them. And when is it going to come out here in the States then?
I don't know if they've given an official date. Maybe
February. They need to hit at the holidays, because with the 3DS coming in March, I thought that was terrible timing. Yeah. Because nobody cared. It was like,
Well, and if it's March, or if it's January, February, that might be all right, just for the fact that people will still have, you know, their Christmas money or something left over, but it's not going to be as good as if it hit, you know, just a couple weeks prior to Christmas.
See, that's where Samurai Sam and Neku, looking forward to Monster Hunter Tri, though not happy it requires a second circle pad.
Yeah.
See, I agree there. Don't require it, just have it as an add-on.
Right.
But
it's just frustrating.
And Samurai Sam, to me, battery life is a biggie. Just get a car it's not that much of a biggie. Get a car charger for the longer trips. Yeah. And we have to be realistic with these systems too.
Well, I'll be honest, like most of the time whenever I play my PSP or my DS for that matter, like I'm at home, I've got it on the charger.
Yeah, I mean I can charge it back up in an instant, so oh well. Anyway, like I said, if you guys have opinions about Tokyo Game Show, you can always
Other than that, on the PlayStation Vita, this thing that I'm still super disappointed with it on, the damn home screen. The home screen is
the bubbles?
Yeah, it's the freaking bubbles. It's disgusting. Like,
well, that's a firmware update. Update. Although, did you hear about the kind of little side news? PlayStation, if you update your PlayStation Network and sign in, you can't sue them. Yeah. Which I was going to sue anyway, but
whatever. I mean, hey. Whatever, might as well, I guess.
Oh well.
I don't think it's as big as like people are writing on blogs and stuff. It's a huge PR nightmare. Like, no, I don't think so.
Whatever. Yeah. I saw some guy literally complain on video. The Resident Evil 4 collection that's coming out. Actually, I'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
You move on.
Well, I was going to say, while we're talking about, we were kind of hitting on the home screen for the PlayStation Vita. Have you seen the update, the new look that they're going to launch for Xbox, the Xbox home screen?
No.
You know,
pretty nice.
It's gorgeous. Yeah, it's fantastic. I'm very, very excited about it. I mean, they're making to where everything is integratable with the Kinect, so it's not just like only part of your dashboard.
Yeah, because right then it was just like you could do a couple things.
Right. Now everything will be integrated, which I don't have a Kinect, so I'm not concerned about, but it just looks really great. I think
so. Even better.
Yeah.
Because this last upgrade was great, I thought.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic. I think this is better. It'll, you know, it really hides a lot of things and just looks really crisp and clean, and I really like it.
The cookie already. Xbox 360 is about to become a Windows 8 box. Yeah. Probably. Yeah. Seeing as what they're doing, so it better be good, they say. Well, shall we move on?
Yeah, sure.
To the main event of the evening we're talking about here is the Retro HD Remix. Mm-hmm. And I think we were being particular. You and I were talking about this. We're not talking about remakes, necessarily, or revisions, or retooling, like a brand new game, like Conker's Bad Fur Day and Conker 64. We're talking about a game that has been essentially kept the same but brought into HD.
Just minor tweaks.
And
then sold for a lesser price.
Sold for a lesser price in a collection. Looks a little nicer. 16:9 HD.
More, and I think the biggest thing, which I'll talk more about.
It's remastered. It's a remastered.
It's remastered. But I think the largest thing about this is it's especially with backwards compatibility kind of out the window now.
Right.
It's accessibility.
Yeah.
With this, it's huge accessibility for great franchises, and I hope they continue it because it's all these great games that people can't necessarily play on their PlayStation 3s because it's no longer backwards compatible.
Well,
now these people have a great opportunity.
That's a good point, though. That is a good point. We're kind of starting out, I guess, with a bad. Do you see this HD collection as a way for Sony, Microsoft to get more money out of individuals because they've been taking these backwards compatibility out of it? I mean, do you see that
No,
as
I
part of
think
the purpose that they've said, well, you can't play the old games, so here's a way you can.
I don't think that when they took backwards compatibility out, it was because we're going to take this out because we're going to make more money by selling these as disc format or through digital download. I don't think they did that. I think that they did it for some other reason, but I can't be...
I think that's the exact reason, because they see the income that they can get from an HD collection or just a digital download.
Why didn't we see these immediately?
Well, I think they're slowly rolling it out. I don't think it's going to be. Well, you still have the 360 and the PS3, which is backwards compatible with emulation. It's not perfect, and they've stopped doing the update on the backwards compatibility for Xbox 360. So I'm just saying, I think the reason they took that away so they could make more money off of selling these games.
But still, they'd be different though. They're upgraded. You know.
Well, right, they're different, but I think it gives people more of a. I don't feel ripped off. I'm just saying, I think it gives people more of a push in that direction. Like, oh, you can't play it, but you can play it HD. What do they say, Cookie Army? They did it because they were losing money, because making the 60 gig cost them a lot of money at the time. Yeah,
I think there was certainly large other factors than that. Not than the money issue. I think then the we're gonna make more money.
I think they see they make money. I think they're smart business people, and why give that stuff for you for free when they can just? Well, they are releasing like PS1 classics on the network for you to download. So I see it as a way. Not that it's the main reason, but I think they're making a little extra cash on the side, and I don't think anybody's crying about it. I don't think they're like,
no,
boo, we're making money. Oh no.
No, I mean it's good for them, and I think it's at the same time it's still pretty good for the consumer, just because you're getting these new HD versions that you wouldn't have gotten before. Like we'll show it later on, but Ico and Shadow of the Colossus look freaking fantastic. So much better than had you just played the originals. Because the standard upscaling of the PlayStation 3 when you're putting in PS, on my 60 gig, the standard upscaling, it
doesn't look right.
It's not.
It doesn't look. It's like doesn't really do too much. So
I remember. I don't know if you remember. There was this. I remember when it came out. There was this add-on that you could get for the PlayStation 2 that would make your games HD.
Oh yeah, I remember.
All it did was make your fucking screen tiny. It just shrunk it down so there's less pixels. There's more pixels in a smaller area. I was like, it's HD, but my face is attached to the screen now. Thank you.
Yay!
I hate you.
Thank you, HD. Well, what kind of talking about that? Let's get into what games are you excited about for an HD collection?
On the 27th, I believe, Shadow of the Colossus and Ico are being re-released, and they look gorgeous. Here we've got a comparison shot from, I think this is all Ico. What? Oh.
Yeah, it's all about Ico, and well, I've kind of disagreed with Landon from time to time about this, but I'm liking what they're doing with this. I mean, I think it's great to see them upgrade the visuals, because I think one of the main issues I had with the game was that the visuals were too much for the system, especially with Shadow of the Colossus. So I'm glad to see them upgrading it.
Ico looks phenomenal compared to the original. Like, freaking phenomenal. I'm so beyond excited. Shadow of the Colossus, the upgrade for Shadow of the Colossus was... It's noticeable, but it's nowhere near as drastic as
long as there's not slowdown and all those frame rate issues we saw on the other one.
I don't think it will at all. It should be 60 frames the entire thing.
Okay, I'll see.
That's what I read.
If they can get rid of that, the popping and all that, I'm much more interested in playing the game. Because I think that was an issue. I think they took a great idea and did too much. They tried to put too much on the system and it just broke it. And they should have realized, we can't do this. But with this HD collection, they shall redeem themselves.
I don't know. I loved the original, but
even with all its flaws,
it is gorgeous. Everything about it was. I loved them.
Okay,
so, just me. 10 minutes of that.
10 minutes of that. Me, one of the ones next week I'm looking forward to is the Resident Evil 4 HD, which we kind of talked about a little bit.
And is it only by itself?
It's Resident Evil and Code Veronica.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if they're selling them separately. Don't quote me on that. I think they might.
But they're going to be a combo on disc or only?
No, digital download. This is a digital download only, from what I understand.
Price?
I think 15.
Okay.
Something like that.
15 for the combo pack? I'm sorry. I'm
I don't
asking
have
questions.
my data. I'm just getting all fanboyish. Don't tell me prices. I'll just buy it. See, I don't have prices on this. I'm sorry. If you all know the prices out here, Japan is getting the game as a disc combo. Everywhere else is getting it as a digital download.
Anybody know the price? Shoot it up
Separate the price. It's like Price is Right, and the price is for the brand new car.
If you overbid, get the fuck out.
Oh, Code Veronica Arcade. Yeah. Well, I'm just looking forward because it's one of my favorite games of the last generation. Favorite Resident Evil, in fact. And I'm just glad to play this in a new way because I've 15 each. They say okay. 15 each. The funny thing is, I was going to talk to you about earlier. They were having kind of a... I was watching a video where they were saying there's going to be achievements for the Xbox 360 at 1,000 and trophies for the PS3. But someone was like, well, the trophies, you don't get that many platinum. You really get mostly silver and bronze. And I'm like, are you really going to complain about achievements? You're going to play the game in HD. Brand new, 16 by 9. It's like, oh, I don't have as many achievements as my Xbox 360 brethren. Bah.
See, I'm
like, who cares?
Yeah.
Play the dang game.
Yeah, I'm not concerned about the achievement crap.
It's like, cool. They're in there,
like, yeah,
but I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not too worried about it all.
While we're talking about super cool HD remakes, though, we had touched on it before. Final Fantasy X has been announced, and that's awesome.
See, I've never gotten to 10.
I love 10.
Tell me when they're doing a Final Fantasy 12 HD on that day of, baby.
You should play 10 though. Did you not play it, or
I played 10.
You skipped over it?
It's not that I didn't like 10. It was at a time when I was not interested in playing a kind of standard battle RPG, and that's what 10 is. It's very classic in that sense. So I was like, I'll probably go back to it. I sadly played 10-2, and I was like, 10's better.
I don't know. I like 10. I don't think that it was... I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys it's the best. Like, we keep going over what's the best Final Fantasy, all that shit every episode. But
7! Enough with the 7! Why does everybody love 7?
I don't think Square will ever make a Final Fantasy 7 remake.
I think they're just teasing us. They're like, ha ha!
They're just gonna
screw you gamers, we're never going to do it.
Yeah. But, I'm just curious if they're going to, Optus Mega here said, is 10-2 going to come along with it? I don't really care about 10-2. It wasn't that great. It was pretty much everything about it looked exactly the same as 10. It was okay. A lot of girl power.
Girl power. Yeah, Del Tax. 7 is overrated.
7 was good. It's just
it's overrated, but it's rose-colored glasses, man. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad game, but it's like anytime someone thinks Final Fantasy 7, there's so many other games in the Final Fantasy series that deserve as much praise or more, but yet they get glossed over because 7 was this great. I mean,
it was the first time that it stepped up to that level, and I think that's the reason why so many people remember it that way. That was the first time people got to...
there. I think you look back at games like, well, what was known as, I would call now Final Fantasy VI, technically. Right. That, for me, stepped to a level in storytelling and intrigue to me that I don't think 7 could touch.
No, but visually... It was the first time it got into a 3D realm. It was the first time that it became so overly...
And now you look back and you're like, ooh, that looks like butt.
No, but let me make my statement. That's the reason why people have such fond memories of it, because it's the first time people got to experience it at that large-scale level, that, grandiose, like, everything about it was so huge, especially in coming to the disc format. Sounded great, it played great. It's the first time it was out. It's not the best game, certainly, but that's why people... It's the same reason why people will argue that Grand Theft Auto 3 was the best Grand Theft Auto. It was the first time that it ever stepped up to that level and did that amazing of a job.
Oh, yeah.
So, it's the same thing.
Pardon me. Sorry about that. But I think, as much as I can agree...
System gamer. It was most people's first Final Fantasy.
And that's sad. That's really sad. If that's your first Final Fantasy, tears for you, because you missed out on...
No, that's bullshit. Because people weren't born at that time for some people.
Well, no, but I mean, I feel bad, I guess I could say, because there's much better Final Fantasy.
They can still go back and play them. Final Fantasy 7...
Go back and play Final Fantasy 6 and then go, oh, this is how Final Fantasy
Dude, but you can't sit here and argue that you're not a Final Fantasy fan unless you've played Final Fantasy 6. Final Fantasy 7 was my first Final Fantasy game.
if you truly want to be an informed gamer, you should play every game in the series.
Yeah, certainly.
That's all I'm saying.
No, yeah, well, which I have. I'm not arguing that. But
No,
Final
I'm not talking
Fantasy
to you.
VII
I'm talking to everybody
yeah,
else.
But Final Fantasy VII was my first Final Fantasy game, and it was a lot of fun. I moved on to 8, I moved on to 9, and then I went back and played 1 through 6. I will argue that
See,
6...
Authorian, that's what he's saying. I played FF7 first, then went back and played some of the others, and then X, X2, 12, and 13. Yeah, no, that's fine. I guess I'm being sarcastic, but I do feel bad because I feel they're being raised from the NES generation of the first Final Fantasy. I don't know. I just think rose-colored glasses on 7. We'll move on to the next one.
We need a full episode just on Final Fantasy. Because,
yeah, exactly.
Whatever.
About that. The other game I'm excited about is Metal Gear Solid. To me, having the ability to play Metal Gear Solid 3, which to me is the best Metal Gear Solid game,
yeah,
in HD and 60 frames a second. Bam! Beautiful.
Yeah.
You have, if they can put in the online component that was in 3 originally, the best game on the PS3 right there. That will be absolutely amazing. Of course, I love Metal Gear Solid 2, which I know some people weren't so big fans of. I thought it was a great game. But we're also getting, which Japan doesn't get, Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker.
Did you mention that 2 comes with it, Metal Gear Solid 2?
Yes, Metal Gear Solid 2, 3, and then Peace Walker, which, for me, I tried to play that on the PSP, and I'll say, for a PSP, that is the best you can get a Metal Gear Solid to control on a PSP. That being said, it still didn't play as well as I would like it to.
It was difficult, but...
It was difficult, and it's not their fault. Within limitations, they did as good as they could.
You know what they needed? They needed an ugly add-on to the side of it,
a tuber,
force you to play with that.
See, and now we can play dual analog, upgraded, HD, widescreen. Hey, I can enjoy that game for what it truly should have been.
See, now here's like, it's super cool. I'm super excited about it. I expected Metal Gear Solid 2 visually to come up a little bit farther than it did. I think that they could have done more with the visuals for Metal Gear Solid 2. It's great. I love it. I think it's cool.
And 2 looks, I don't know, to me, 2 is one of the better looking PS2 games that ever came out, especially for the time it came out. Very early in the system's life. It's a very good looking game.
I just think for me, I was a little underwhelmed with the HD remake especially after watching the Ico.
Well, mind
HD
you, these are just, and we're talking about, these are remasters. They're not redoing the game with PS3 graphics. They're just using the power of the PS3 to up the resolution, to make things smoother.
Well, I'm just saying, like,
so
when I'm looking
you're not going to have that huge jump you're going to see.
No, I think it's great. I'll certainly get them. But I expected a little bit more, but I'm not disappointed, really. I just think.
And plus, we are getting the classic Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2 that were on the MSX back in the day, if you've never played those. Yeah. Which those are really
sweet
fun.
rip-off cover of it. I don't know if anybody, what was the rip-off of it? Was that
it was a rip-off of
now
you got me thinking about
the LA Escape from New York
Escape
or
from
whatever.
New York, yeah.
There we go.
That's Pliskin.
That's where that came
rip-off
from.
of that. So well, the other thing too we're talking about, we kind of touched a little bit on, is this a good or bad? This could be a good and a bad thing. We talked about it cashing in because you can no longer play the old games. What are your thoughts on this beyond not being able to play it because of emulation? Do you see any bad coming out of these HD remakes, these HD remasters?
I don't. I'm concerned that it might be a little bit in the way of what Nintendo has been doing lately. It's like let's play up the nostalgia factor on people, and it works though. It works really well.
It does. You show me Metal Gear, I'm a sucker. I'll buy it.
You really are. I'm just concerned that it'll die out or something. Like, it'll be really great and then we won't see anymore. I want to see it continue. I don't want to see this die out. I think it's really great. Number one, like I said before, especially for accessibility. With backwards compatibility kind of gone to the wayside, it's a great accessibility factor, and especially with the connectivity between the PlayStation Vita and this, I think it only makes sense. Whether or not it's physical copies in store, which I love physical copies. I'm not a digital download kind of guy.
I like digital downloads.
I like something on the wall.
I like the wall too, but I think digital download has its place too. I've acclimated to it. Durka, good point. Nintendo is almost abusing to the point. Oh, Nintendo is almost to the point of abusing it.
I think so, and
because they're just playing on our memories, and I want brand new titles, and that's where I think they're
like
failing.
Star Fox, no online multiplayer,
and like a cheap framing, like play with someone on the camera. You remember the camera in Mario Kart 64?
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's like, let's take the camera from Mario Kart 64 HD that showed in that Wario track, but put it in Star Fox. Yeah! But no online. Hey, we got a call on the Boomzies phone. Someone wants to voice their opinion and yell at us. Welcome to the Boomzies phone. Who are we talking to?
Hello, Boomzies.
Hello! Is this these guys in the overshirts?
No. I sound like them or something? No. This is Nashmi. Big fan.
What's going on?
I want to, put my head into this. I say that, the HD remakes are good for games that are usually, pretty hard to get now. I was a big fan of the second Zone of the Enders games, and I for some reason, I think I had to sell it or something, and I've never gotten it back. And I've tried so many times, eBay and all that stuff, trying to get it back, and it's, way too expensive or incredibly hard to get. And I really like this HD remake that they're bringing out, because, hey, I'm getting it back, But I just don't like that they do it, for every game, like what Nintendo does. Well, I don't really care, because I have one of the PS3s that has backwards compatibility, so, yeah. And another thing, I don't know, I'm just going to apologize to anyone everywhere, but I did not enjoy the first, I did not enjoy Shadow of the Colossus. I just did not like that game. It just clipping and all that stuff. It
exactly.
Just slowed down.
The technical issues.
Yes. It was such a pretty game. I really did like how it looked and what you had to do in the game. It's just the technical little parts of controlling the horse and just the controls and stuff. It pisses me off. But this HD remake, if it does what I think it does, 60 frames per second,
there you go.
And just fix the controls on the horse and stuff a little better.
Fix the problems.
I would so get it. When it's games like that, maybe games that had promise but really didn't live up to it, make an HD remake. Yeah, I can see that. I just, I don't know. I don't really enjoy. I don't see why Final Fantasy X gets to get one, But
it's up to them, And I think they're slowly but surely putting stuff out, and maybe in the years to come, we'll see the games we really want when they put out these other ones.
It would be really great if we get to see some games that were never came to America.
That'd be awesome.
Have you ever heard of a game called Metal Wolf Chaos?
Yes, Metal Wolf Chaos for the Xbox.
Mm-hmm. How awesome would it be if they brought some sort of HD remake for the Xbox? That would be awesome. I don't know why they don't. I mean, they could. They would make some money off of it.
I agree, man. I agree. Well, thanks for calling in, man.
What?
I said thanks for calling in.
Oh, yeah, you're welcome, dude.
Have a good one, dude. I'm sorry, S-Pact. I know, I called it X.
Yeah.
I've defamed the name of Final... Yeah. No, you've defamed the name! But, Final Fantasy X.
Yeah. But going back to...
we're
getting
we got a Skype call, which is different. Hello, welcome to the Boomsy Skype phone.
Hey guys.
What's going on, man?
Yeah, I just wanted to...
Hello?
Hey.
Hi, can you hear me?
Cutting out real bad. I can't hardly hear him.
Yeah, you're cutting out real bad. Okay. I think we've lost him.
Maybe try call back here in a second. See what happens.
Try back here in a second. Sorry.
But what I was going to say is everybody's complaining about these these controls, but it's like, okay, so now that it's going to be on the PlayStation 3, even if it just is released, the standard way it was, I mean, there's always possibilities for firmware updates to change things now.
Sure,
which
and I like that idea. That idea.
I mean, there's that. So, but
well, hopefully they'll do that.
But it goes back to accessibility, especially like he was saying, these harder to find titles. I'm not really sure if Zone of the Enders is really hard to find at this point.
Zone of the Enders 2 is hard. I mean, I found a few copies of the time, but it's It is not an easy game to find. You will not find it on the
Surprisingly
shelf
enough,
every day.
for some reason, why are Dragon Ball Z games so hard to find and expensive?
And they're
now?
expensive, yeah. I was just at
What the hell's that
GameStop,
about?
and they were at like $35 for Dragon Ball Z. I think it's because of Dragon Ball Z.
That's
Kai.
the only thing I can assume.
Everyone's got to have it. So,
But I think maybe they put out some of the other games that are a little
trying
more
again.
tough to find, like Rez, for super cool.
and they just hung up. Well, fine.
Toying with us.
Although Rez did come out.
Oh yeah,
as a downloadable title,
right, yeah. Well, it's a bad example,
which
but,
is HD.
But same idea,
Durka Durka, know what game really didn't need a remake is Halo 1, and now that's abusing nostalgia. I love Halo, but still, see, I agree.
So what's up with the multiplayer? it's literally Reach. There's with this skin.
Exactly. It's like
nothing.
Let's put Halo 1, but put the pistol back. Uncommon. I hate to say it, but I'm gonna go sleep. I'm about to drop my head on the desk. Hey, Cookie, thank you for joining us, sir. Always honored to have you here. You are the
Good
mod.
comments.
The mod who cares. We'll call them like the 7 dwarves and give them all different names.
He's sleepy.
Sleepy, you're sleepy. There you go. All right, sleepy it is.
Yeah.
Halo CE engine for the campaign, but Halo Reach engine for the multiplayer, from what I've heard. Yeah. Which, like I said, I think we are agreeing on what some people are saying. Uh-oh, got a call coming on the Boomzies phone. Hello, you've called the magical Boomzies phone. Who are we talking to?
Hey guys, it's John the Dominator.
John the Dominator. I love saying your name. It's epic. So what's your thoughts on all this?
I think it's kind of to agree with Shannon on the fact that some of these HD remixes are, or at least should give games that are hard to find on like older consoles. But also I see it as a way like newer generations like haven't probably even heard of all the games they might have. But this also gives them a chance to experience what some of the older games are like, even though it's not completely like the older version of how it used to be.
So focus on those weird niche import games that we haven't got to experience, which I think is a good point that you've brought up and a few other people, because we've played these games before, and while I'd like to see HD remixes of them, what about the games we never got here, like the Radiant Silvergun that just came out on Xbox 360 last week? It's an HD remake, and it's great. It's a $150 Saturn game for $15, downloadable with Xbox Live Play.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, not what you're saying.
Anyway, well, I was just agreeing with your point, sir. Good point. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Well, sir, you dominate the night, and we'll talk to you later.
Alright, see you guys. Bye.
See ya.
Thanks.
Good point there.
Yeah.
Give
But
us
I think
the
there's-
games we've never gotten, not the games we've already gotten.
Right. Well, I think those are really great for digital versions. I don't think that those would succeed in a disc format, just because.
What if you put a collection? What, like a whole collection from a company? You know, like I
Certainly.
thought.
I think it would
Cave,
have to be more
the
than
shooters,
2 games, though.
What if Cave did with their shooters? They said, "Here's a Dodonpachi collection. Here's a collection of our greatest shooters, like 4 of them, and it's $40.
Yeah, it would have to
competitively priced."
I would have to say they would have to be at least 4, because I mean, there's a reason why some of these games weren't brought over here, and it's just because they're not going to sell huge quantities.
They're not.
You need
but
to make it a good value, either like you said, 4 copies for $40 physical, or just throw them up digital download for a cheap price. Because I know that the PlayStation on their network, they've got old
the PS1
Japanese,
imports. Yeah.
Which I'm kind of curious to see the numbers on those, like if people are really downloading those.
I think people are downloading Cherokee, Death Smile. Yes, I own 3 copies of that game.
How many of the collectors?
All collectors.
All collectors, yeah.
One
It went
collector's
really
is
cheap
open.
quick.
2 are sealed. Yeah, it did get cheap, but finding the collectors ended up hard to find after a while, because then they, GameStop would throw away the boxes, or they get all dinged up, or they'd be
I'm
open.
getting kind of pissed off with GameStop right now because they're doing a stupid thing. It's like, if you have a PlayStation 2 game that is under, I think it's like $8 now.
Yeah.
At first it was only $3. Now I think it's under $8. We're gonna toss out the case, and you're gonna get discs only in little fucking sleeves. You got to dig through.
That's
like,
a GameStop. Though. They did it with the Game Boy Advance,
Dude,
which ticked me off.
yeah,
they got
now
rid of the
they're doing
boxes
it-
for those.
They're doing it with DS games, and their little sticker covers up 90%
Yeah.
of the damn art, so you have no idea what the fuck you're looking at and buying. It's stupid. What instead they should do is, instead of buying every single damn game that somebody comes in there and tries to sell to them, it's just like, if our store has more than 6 or 8 copies of this item, sorry.
We don't take it.
We're
Well,
not gonna
that's what
buy it.
CD Trade Post in town does.
Yeah.
They have a little system that
Well,
says
CD Trade
we
Post does
can't-
some stupid things too.
Well, they do some stupid,
They'll,
but I
they'll
like
end their
the-
quota. They'll be like, it'll be like 6 o'clock and they're open till 9 o'clock. Sorry, we met our quota on trade-ins. We're not taking anything in for the rest of the night.
Well, I mean, I know that's stupid, but I'm saying the idea that they say we're overstocked at this location, we can't take the trade in.
Right.
But the fact is that that's just GameStop in general. They throw away lots of valuable stuff. Like they're about to. You're telling me
Yeah.
the Final Fantasy. Oh, let's see. Oh, he's trying again. He's trying again. Delta, do we have you? Delta? Hello?
He might be Goose. Instead
He
of
might be Goose. He's dead
dead.
now. Oh no. Well, kind of like you were saying, yeah, we were. You're talking about the PS2.
Oh, he's
No,
saying
wait.
our connection dropped.
Wait,
Maybe our Skype's not working properly.
is our Skype not working properly? Impossible. Our Skype is perfect. Hello? Are you there? Maybe our Skype is pooping out.
Yeah, we'll have to work on our Skype.
Well, we'll
Sorry,
work on
guys.
Skype. Sorry about that. Pineapple attack. Well, sorry about that, Delta. I apologize. It was working before. We don't know.
But yeah, like he was saying, is like GameStop does toss out a lot of shit. Like I've got two copies of the Final Fantasy 11, full big box
Yeah.
that came with the game and the hard drive and all this fancy stuff when it came out for the PlayStation 2. And some people came in to trade in, and we don't take any of that. And the guy was just like, I don't want it, and we would have just tossed it away. But I was like, I'll take that. Thank you.
And that is one of GameStop's practices that I despise because they're ruining a collector's market. It's not just you and I. You know, me deciding not to go to GameStop is fine, but they are ruining a collector's market for everybody else.
There is a slight benefit for collectors for things like with your Deus Ex. When we take in collector's edition, it's one single
Okay,
SKU. If you were to go into
sure.
a game exchange, CD Trade Post, vintage stock, any of that stuff, it's going to be a higher price because it's the collector's edition.
But like
GameStop doesn't look at it that
for
way.
instance, a rare game like Bujangai, and now these might not be the highest priced titles, but they're rare, they're hard to find, but they're cheap.
Yeah.
You don't
Which I
get a
think
case
Bougie
with
Guy's
that.
only like $2.
I know exactly,
Yeah.
but it's really hard to find. So that's I know GameStop does good
No,
stuff, but I
yeah.
think for the collector's market, they're ruining. In hindsight, it's hurting the
I mean,
market.
there's such a better, like, seriously, if you were to go into a GameStop and ask your GameStop employee how many copies of NCAA 2007 they have.
Oh sure, hey,
I'm willing to bet it's over 30.
Hey, the crap throwaway, but have somebody there with a little bit of gaming knowledge that you can say, oh, keep this case, don't keep this
Right.
case.
Well, my girlfriend who works at GameStop, and that's exactly what she does. She'll try that.
There you go.
know, she'll toss out all the sports games because, who really cares? But if it's a nice Jack and Daxter that comes through, then she'll hang on to it.
When I called you and it worked, I was using the 6-minute trial for a landline. Oh, maybe it is us. Who knows?
Yeah.
Anyway, well, I think kind of to sum it up, HD remixes, remasters are a very good thing, in theory, but we can't have these companies depending solely on these remakes to get us to give them their gaming dollar. They have to,
No, still keep...
like Nintendo
yeah.
has done, they need to stop doing that and focus on new titles.
We
Do
need
the
to-
old with the new.
Yeah, we need some originality.
Yes.
But I certainly... These HD remakes, yeah, they're hitting us on the nostalgia factor, but it's a good hit. I
just
really like it.
I think we're seeing a lot of good ones, but I think as these become popular and people see them bought, we're going to see some odd or crappy titles get an HD remake or remaster
Right.
that people will go, what? They really made this? Okay, I didn't realize they did an HD remix of Madden 98 through 09.
Let's see some, though, like, if Nintendo on the 3DS, if they were doing some fun remakes, though, if they were to do more stuff like the Excite Bike.
Yeah, Delta ZX, your 3D remakes was going to be your topic, yeah.
Yeah, like if the, like, Excite Bike, do some more old NES games, like completely remastered and using some 3D. Like, that's
great.
kind of neat, you know?
I mean, that's a cool feature, but again, put that out there along with your new stuff.
Oh, certainly, yeah.
And we'll be happy.
Yeah.
So,
And
well,
keep doing the functionality between the PS Vita and PlayStation 3.
Exactly.
Super cool.
Keep doing that, man.
Because I was very disappointed that the PSP never got to the point when they originally were selling us on the PSP, like, play Gran Turismo and your PSP is your rear view mirror. Never happened.
yeah, work on the integration, not just between the cloud saving, but using it as some kind of innovative form of control.
Yeah.
And it seems like they're doing that. So we'll
Make me buy the entire I'll buy the entire package, but make
Oh,
other
sure.
people buy the entire Sony package.
exactly. Well, I think that wraps it up for this episode of Boomzies.
Issue 13.
Issue 13. Yeah,
I think it was.
talk about it.
Yeah, I think if you're
It's supposed to be
superstitious.
the unlucky number.
Yeah, I think this was. I had fun.
I thought it was good. Yeah, besides the Skype, I think we're looking good. Everybody, we're smooth. But I want to talk about next week's Boomsies.
Something special.
Something very special for next week's Boomsies. The topic next week is going to be the anatomy of a video game. We cut open and dissect the magical world of video games, and I thought they smelled bad on the outside.
New game smell is quite nice.
Ah.
Yeah. That's a nice Star Wars reference too there
Hey,
for yesterday.
thanks.
I like that.
Thanks! Yeah, it's a very nice Star Wars reference to George Lucas ruining my childhood.
Yeah.
Thanks, George Lucas.
All he had to do was add the original theatrical release.
That's all he had to do.
All he had to do.
Why?
And then I'm fine.
Why,
I won't-
God, why?
And then I will not bitch about it.
No more anatomy. No. Yeah. But that
Skype was our bad luck. Alright.
Thanks a lot, John. Why do you gotta bring up the bad things?
But that's not the only surprise.
But that's not the only surprise. That's not the only surprise. It will be at my house, which is an extra thing. It's going to be at my house this time. But next week, we're going to have a special guest star, Eric Neal. That's right, the man, the myth, the legend himself. The co-creator of Substance TV, Eric Neal, will be here live on September 24th. We will turn this duo into a sweet gaming threesome. Don't miss this very special edition of Boomzies. And by the way, 10 o'clock. How's that sound to you?
News to me. But
News
sure.
to me. Well, I did talk to you about this, but we're going to do it at 10 o'clock. One, to test out this whole 10 o'clock thing, Central Standard Time. An hour earlier, mind you, everybody. We'll be doing it an hour earlier because we've been hearing the outcries to do this earlier. But also, we're going to have a little longer cast. We'll have a Boomsies, and Eric will be here with us. He will be here debating, discussing, talking, having fun, and doing whatever else we want him to do. And we'll also be doing some gameplay, just whatever else. We're going to have a fun night with this. It's going to be extended Boomsies. Extended for your pleasure.
Yeah. Send out some
Oh,
naughty
yeah.
emails with that too.
Huh?
Send out some horrible emails.
Yeah,
with
send
that
out some
too.
horrible, dirty emails with that so everybody can enjoy our naughtiness. Naughty dog. So be here next week. Special edition of Boomsies with Eric Neal and the anatomy of a video game, where we're going to kind of discuss what makes a video game and what is most important to us.
Yeah. How do we feel?
How do we feel? What, are we a thigh man, a breast man? What are you? Are you thigh? You
But
you butt? The badonka-donk. See, I'm like a buffet. I like a little bit of everything. A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
that's a cheap answer. That's just
No, it's not,
I like
baby.
the girl.
I enjoy everything. You know what I'm saying? Because when it's a lady, you gotta enjoy every part. You know what I'm saying? Because they like that. They like you to enjoy every part. Like
who are you trying to be?
kissing
right
up on the armpit, just mwah, 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 armpit, yeah. Chicks dig that. Little armpit loving. Give them a raspberry in the armpit. Hot! Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Feet dude. S-Pack is a feet dude. Smelt. Verb used with object. To fuse or melt or. In order to separate the metal contained. To obtain refined metal in this way. Thank
All
you.
right.
Alrighty then. This awkward moment has been brought to you by Boomsies. So, we'll see you all there next week. Any parting thoughts?
I think we covered it all.
I think we covered it all.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, if you'd like to, go visit us at
Yeah.
substance-tv.com. We've got some great articles up there. Review of the new Ace Combat demo. Talking about some new releases. We're talking about HG Remix, Daytona USA. Check that out for news on that. But that's our site. This is our little corner of the web we've niched out. Like the ending blow. They're like, see everybody, by the way,
Why?
Final Fantasy VIII sucks.
Whatever. Screw
Oh.
you.
Oh.
Final Fantasy VIII's great. I like it.
I love you guys. It's just you leave you leave on a poor note. We're on a high note, and you guys are like, no, screw you, bad note. Thank you all. So for Brian,
Landon.
we'll see you all next week. Remember, 10 o'clock for a very special edition of Boomsies.